Hi everybody, David Paul with you here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. Wanted to step in and make sure you knew about this new spot that we are going to be monitoring in the Western Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. Now it seems like we just went through this because Helene, who is currently raining herself out over the Midwest, came from a similar setup that we had about a week ago. It slowly was able to form, become this major Cat 4 hurricane and hit Florida yesterday. This is Friday evening as we record this. So as we go into this last weekend of September, there's nothing for we here in Houston or anyone on the Gulf Coast to be concerned with right now. But going into next week, the first week of October, we may see something form again very similar in the way that Helene formed. So let's get to the particulars. First of all, we are in the busy part of hurricane season. Even though we're past September 10th, we're heading into the first part of October. We're still in the meat of hurricane season. In fact, there's kind of a secondary top that happens toward the end of October, and then it really drops off. So we're still at a time when things can pop up in a hurry in the Atlantic Basin. Name list goes to Joyce. We've got Isaac and Joyce out in the open Atlantic right now. Neither system is threatening the United States or any landmass right now. Have a long way to go to get to the end of the name list there. Still, Colorado State wants to forecast 23 named storms. That would take us past the 21 names you see here on the names list. We'd go into the supplemental list. We got a long way to go to that. And then this is Helene. This is the remnant circulation and moisture with Helene. You can see the track it took as it hit the Big Bend of Florida Thursday night as a Cat 4, strongest hurricane on record to hit that part of Florida. And then it continued right on through most of the state of Georgia as a hurricane. It didn't weaken until a tropical storm until it got to about the same latitude as Atlanta, and just dumped a tremendous amount of rain in here, and they've got all kinds of flash flooding problems going on right now. Still more rain. Look at this rain from the system all the way to Toronto, Canada tonight from that tropical system. The red area, so that's where the heaviest rain fell Thursday night into Friday morning, causing the catastrophic flash flooding. Asheville, just incredible scenes as the rivers have swollen there. Continues to rain. Look at all the moisture still raining from the system from Memphis to Nashville to Cincinnati, Ohio to Cleveland, Ohio. And again, this is where these the southern Appalachians, you get into the foothills here and the mountains here, the southern Appalachians, you know, it's orographic lifting. So all that tropical moisture forced to rise as it bumps into the mountains here. And that's why this part's so susceptible, and that's why this flash flooding happened so quickly and so violently. And still the red area is under a flash flood emergency. Portions of southwestern Virginia into Tennessee, and there's Asheville, North Carolina. Just tremendous amount of flooding there. It's going to be quite a bit of a recovery for those folks there. Out into the Atlantic, we're still quite warm, 87, 87, 84, 85 sea surface temperatures. So there's plenty of warm water out here for systems to continue to develop. In the Western Caribbean, 87-degree water temperatures, still 87, 88 in the Gulf. So even though we had Helene go through here, there is still plenty of warm water for another system to feed off of. And that's what we're possibly facing going into next week, the first week of October. Now quickly, there's Isaac, Cat 1. That one stays in the North Atlantic. There are a couple of things going on here. That is Tropical Storm Joyce. Joyce is forecast to just kind of fizzle out right here. That is a new wave just to the west of the Cape Verde Islands. 40% chance it develops on the heels of Joyce, but neither of these systems are something that we need to be concerned about. What we do need to be concerned about in the Gulf of Mexico is what may form here again as we head into the first part of next week. So like October 1st, October 2nd, the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. Next week is when we may see formation here. And models have been, for the past several days, producing anywhere from just a weak low pressure area to a hurricane and sending it to all different parts of the Gulf of Mexico. So what's going on down here? It's the same setup we had with Helene or pre-Helene. We had the tropical gyre. That's a broad, general, weak area of surface low pressure that forms in the spring and the fall. And so here we are in the fall, and we've got the gyre that is formed down here. And what will happen sometimes is that little pieces of energy will spin off from that main low, and they can get concentrated, and they can become tropical systems. That is exactly how Hurricane Helene formed, and that is how the models, again, are depicting this next system possibly forming. So somewhere in here, right now it's a 30% chance. I think we'll see that go up as we head into the first part of next week. Somewhere in here, the Caribbean or the Southern Gulf, we're possibly going to see new development. This will be October 1st through the October 5th time frame. This is deja vu. This looks exactly like what we had a week or so ago before Helene formed. So some of you may be watching this going, wait a minute, is this the same thing? Well, it's the same setup, but potentially another Gulf system, October 1st through October 5th. So with that information, what do? Well, if something were to form, it's way too early to tell where it would go. Again, some models over the past several days have taken something into Mexico, to Texas, Louisiana, again to Florida. There's just no telling. It's too early. But again, the potential is for something to form there next week. So just make sure you're watching the weather. Just watch it once a day. Make sure you watch once a day. Watch your local weather person so that you don't get caught off guard, no one gets caught off guard in case this next system is one that decides to impact we here in Houston, Galveston, or wherever it is you may be watching us right now. We'll keep you posted through the weekend, and especially as we get into the first few days of next week and October begins.